Hey guys, Dr. Doug Graham here. I want to talk fast today. I want to talk about your fast today. So a question comes up, when should I fast? And my answer is anytime you don't feel like yourself, anytime you don't have time to fast. Your life has gotten so busy, there's no time. Well, it's telling you probably need to make some time. But when do I fast? Well, most people fast because an emergency has come upon them. Creatures in nature fast when there's an emergency or a situation where they have to fast. They broke a leg, they ran out of food, they need to fast. But we typically start our fasts for more arbitrary reasons. Yeah, you might start when you get sick, and you might start automatically when you get sick. You just stop, I don't feel like food. But sometimes you just go, you know what, I need to fast, I'm going to schedule it, I'm going to put it on my calendar, I'm going to fit it in, and then we begin a fast arbitrarily. We just pick a date and say, okay, it's going to start now. And it's arbitrary, and it's sort of, I'm not going to say it's disrespectful of nature, it's still respecting nature, but it's sort of funny that we just choose a time and think that's okay, while at the other end, we want to know, when should I end the fast? How do I know that it's time to end the fast? And first of all, I'm going to say, it's not like baking a cake, 30 minutes at 350 degrees, pull it out. It's not that straightforward always with a fast, and it depends on why you're fasting. So as a doctor, I'm trained to deal with individuals, and when I'm working with people on a fast, I'm going to say the same thing again. This is an individual answer to what must be dealt with as an individual question. There is no cut and dry. There is certainly, hey, I'm fasting for my arthritis, and my arthritis is all gone. It must be time to end the fast. I can understand that. I'm fasting because I have an infection, and all signs of infection have been gone for 36 hours. It's gone. I can understand that. But it's not always that easy to see, feel, sense, test, measure what it is that you're doing. Why are you fasting, and what benefits are you hoping to get? While at the same time, because we understand the power that made the body, the power that created the symptoms, is also the power that's going to heal the body. Your body, you're depending on your body to reverse diabetes. You're depending on your body to reverse osteo or rheumatoid arthritis. You're depending on your body to clean up your arteries or anything else that may be going on in your health as your reason for fasting. To take care of the rash or take care of whatever the problem. We're trusting the body, but we haven't really done an assessment within the body of, hey body, what are you going to do while I fast? I've got a rash and I'm fasting to get rid of the rash. Well, great. Whether that's psoriasis or eczema or some other thing, that's your reason. But your body is always looking out for you. And always has been since egg met sperm. It's always been controlled and looking out in your best interest. And your body might go, well, you've got that clogged artery in your heart. And then there's a bunch of congestion up in your brain where you remember when you fell down and hit your head, and that still really needs to be addressed in order to get better neurologic functioning. And then there's something, there's been a lump in your liver that you don't even know about yet, but it's there, and it's time. If we're going to fast, body's going to go, my priorities are that, while your priority is this rash. Or maybe you've got and maybe you're sore low back, and you go, okay, well, I've got these priorities, but your body has its own. And in the same way that if you cut yourself, you expect it to heal, but it doesn't always heal in exactly the same amount of time because your body has other things to do. So we have to respect the body's agenda for healing as much as we come with our own agenda. And isn't it nice when the body pays a little attention to your agenda, but your list I mean, the things on your list might not even be in the top 10 for your body. Your body might have other things that it says these are more priority. These are more important. These are things that are going to matter in terms of life, and I'm going to deal with them first. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe your agenda and the body's agenda will just line up perfectly. Isn't that just a wonderful thing? But it's not always that way, and it's not always easy to tell somebody, well, how long do I fast? Well, a person who's 20 or 30 in reasonably good health compared to a person who's 70 or 80 in poor health, their fast may be completely different lengths. There's no just like, well, everybody should fast for a week. It's not like that. It's not, well, this is going to take 28 days to heal. It's not like that. We can get rough ideas. And at the same time, people get close to the end of a fast and they go, I don't know if I should fast 28 days or if I should fast 30 days. Which would be the right way to go? You arbitrarily started your fast. You're going to arbitrarily end your fast. And the doctor can guide you. A fasting professional can guide you and say, well, you know, it seems like a little longer might be the best way to go based on prior experience. Or, you know what, you've really done the job. Like, not that much is going to change in these last couple of days that you're going to just get. You will get more benefit. Fasts take on momentum of their own. I see fasts as if the first day was 24 hours and as if the second day was 25 and the third 26, and every day after you're gaining an extra hour of benefit because the liver and kidneys become increasingly efficient and effective at doing their job as the fast rolls on. The body gets a little cleaner, we get more efficient, and you get more benefit in that 24 hours. On, say, the 24th day, you could get 48 hours worth of benefit compared to the first day. But, okay, it's how I see it in my head. It's how I explain it. I mean, I can't really compress time, right? But the body's doing the same things better on the 24th day, and in theory, you're getting more benefit. So when we get near the end of a fast, first of all, I want to make sure that a person has completely cleared. If they've got an infection, I don't want to see it mostly gone. I want to see it completely gone. And I want to see it stay gone for at least 48 hours before I would recommend breaking a fast. Otherwise, you break too soon and you have a recurrence of symptoms and you go, oh, that was dumb. Now I got to do 21 days all over again just to get to that point in the fast where okay, so we don't want to do that. I want to see people show stability. I am not waiting for what are considered by lay people classic signs that the fast is done. The tongue is cleared or the breath is sweet. These aren't the things I'm really looking for. I'm looking at the symptoms. I'm looking at how a person feels overall. I'm looking at the numbers. Like, how long have they fasted for this particular problem compared to other people who have fasted for the same problem? People come to me and say, well, I've got psoriasis. And I go, well, you know, usually I've seen people with psoriasis, it takes them at least 3 weeks before the psoriasis starts to go away. Yes, but I only have 14 days to fast. Will it benefit me? Sure, hugely. 14-day fast is a big deal, not to be taken lightly. But I wouldn't think that the psoriasis will be addressed in that much time. Maybe you'll get lucky, but typically, no, I don't see that happen. Typically, I've fasted hundreds of people with arthritis, almost always between 21 and 28 days for the arthritis to completely disappear and all symptoms to be gone for several days after, and then we can break the fast. But one person did it in 18 days and one person took 30 days. But 21 to 28 seemed about right. So we can look at different factors and say, would you benefit? We can also look and say, do you ever intend to fast ever again? Gosh, if you never ever intend to fast ever again, hopefully not have to, is there a reason that you would choose 28 over 30? Maybe you would actually go for the 30 just to say, I gave it my all. I did the very best I could. I want to get the very best, the most out of this fast. I'm going to put the most in. But if all your symptoms were completely gone after 21 days and you're just wondering, you know, you're just going, why should I keep fasting? I mean, there's just nothing here. There's nothing in it. I've hit diminishing returns days ago, and you may well be right. And you may well be right. At which point you go, you know what? Like, we're only talking a very small percentage points of difference. You know, when people fast for 18 hours, they're well aware of how many hours went by. And when people fast for 18 days, they're well aware of how many days have gone by. When a person fasts for 7 weeks, they're not counting hours anymore. And if you said to them, okay, it's going to be 2 more days, they go, okay, 2 more days. What's it matter? I've already done 49 days. Like, another 2 days? If that's what it takes, fine. It's not a big deal. So we get kind of that perspective on it. We're trying to fine-tune something that really doesn't have a fine-tuning knob, except for, in general, by my experience, what are you hoping for? And then we just pick an arbitrary time and say, okay, it's enough. Usually fasters know, to be quite fair, usually fasters know, and you can ask them, is it enough? Are you done? Are you really through? And they'll go, I'd like for it to be over, but I don't have a sense that it really is yet. You go, fine, so let's do another day. Let's do this one day at a time instead of deciding when the end is. While you're in the middle, let's decide about the end. We don't have to decide about the end. Let's go one day at a time. And when you get to that point where you go, I've done enough, I've gained enough, I feel like I'm through, I don't really want to go anymore anyway, fine. If the doctor agrees and says, look, your symptoms are gone, like, fine. If the doctor says, you know what, you would benefit tremendously from 1 more day so that I can see the stability and I know that your symptoms aren't going to return. You know, if you've gone 27 days, you can probably make 28. And most people would agree to that. I've had to do that on occasion, tell people, look, I'm not convinced that, say, your infection is completely gone. I don't want to see it recur. You know, we understand with infection. It's why doctors tell us take a 7-day course or a 14-day course of antibiotics. And after 5 days, you go, but I'm so much better. Like, why should I keep taking these things? Well, because you don't want it to recur. And if it's not completely gone, then it's going to come back. So that's my take on how long should you fast. Enough to do the job. As long as necessary. As short as possible. As long as necessary. If you're going to do it well. Recover properly. Get some guidance. Use an educated, experienced, and enthusiastic fasting supervisor to take you places you've never been before so that it's safe, it's effective, it does the job. You know you're going to come out of it with the results you're hoping for. Those are the kind of things we want to look at. We don't want to go on a wild, crazy, dangerous ride and maybe have a negative outcome. Like, none of those things really need to happen during a fast. Fasting is a natural thing. Fasting is a normal thing. Fasting is a healthy thing. We do it every night of our lives. We go get as much rest as we can possibly fit in, as deep a rest as we can possibly fit in to our night's sleep. And at some point in the morning, we break fast. I mean, we've been doing it forever. Let's not lose sight of the obvious as we start looking at individual things in the picture. Let's see the big picture. We all break fast. So fasting has been used by people seeking spiritual enlightenment. It's been used by people seeking health enlightenment. And we can use it in every way to make quantum leaps in our own growth and development. I encourage you to fast, but to do it properly, do it with supervision. Get the benefits, get the quantum leap that you're really hoping to gain from investing into your health. Dr. Doug Graham reminding you to up your health.